Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe my channel, like my video, and do not forget to click the bell. And in this video today, we are going to look at what Professor Muntharika has just said by saying that Malawi is the country of meetings, and he's not happy about this. He says Malawi is always busy doing endless meetings instead of concentrating on development, and he's worried about this thing. Malawi cannot be doing endless meetings when we have got a nation that is supposed to be developed. Why are the government departments busy with the meetings? Muntharika was so worried about this, and he has spoken against this thing, and he says, no, enough is enough with endless meetings. Now as a country, we can be doing other things which are very important. He's thinking of Malawians to embrace the thing of doing virtual meetings instead of having physical meetings, which we've been having in this country, which have never helped to develop this nation. Why the Home Ministry busy doing meetings physically, and there's nothing else that is being implemented out of the meetings that we've been having in this country? Instead, we're just having meetings after meetings in this nation, and we are wasting money, we are wasting our resources, we're wasting our time. It's the time now we should do things in a different way so that as a nation we can develop. Muntharika was speaking at Sanjika where ministers were being sworn in, and indeed Muntharika is not wrong by saying that this country is so obsessed with endless meetings. We need to do away with that so that as a nation we can develop. I know that some people are like, no, we need meetings in this nation so that we can be discussing about what we want to do about this nation, and meetings are very important, because if we don't discuss about what we want to do, then there is nothing else that we're going to do, because everything comes out of the meetings. I should tell you that it's not all meetings that are important. Some meetings are not important. We're just busy doing the meetings because we wanted to eat, we wanted to get allowances from the meetings. That's why even in the government people get rich out of the allowances, because when you have the meetings you're going to be given enough allowances. Salaries are not much, but the allowances that people are receiving are much. So Professor Muntharika is like, we are tired of this thing of doing endless meetings in this nation, which have never helped to contribute to the development of this nation. And he made an example for how these things is done. He says when he was the Minister of Justice, that's the same thing which was happening at that ministry, and he was tired about that, and he was worried because he saw this thing as a disease in the nation of Malawi. Like every department was busy doing endless meetings, and it is even up to this day that as a nation we are doing endless meetings, and we should not be proud as a nation we have more meetings when we are not doing enough in order to make sure that as a nation we really move out of poverty, because as a nation we need to come out of poverty, and we are not going to come out of poverty if we keep on doing meetings which are not going to develop this nation. There's no any nation in the world that is going to develop because of the meetings. People do meetings just maybe once, but we cannot be just having meetings anyhow, like endless meetings. We have the meetings the whole week and we're not developing. We have the meetings in the morning, you have the meetings in the afternoon, you have the meetings in the evening. What are you doing? What's the benefit to have those meetings that you're having? And because it is in the government, the private sector as well has got the same problem. They have management meetings. You may have them in the morning, you may have them in the afternoon, or you can take the whole day doing management meetings and looking at the company or looking at the organization. It is not developing because of the meetings that are being done. So the same with the government, the meetings are not contributing to the development of the nation. So Professor Muntharika said, no, we should now be a different country. Actually, Professor Muntharika has said that he's a different man, he's a different politician, he's a different president. Therefore, all things that people were doing, if you're not competent, Professor Muntharika will no longer waste the time to fire you. You'll be fired if you're not competent. We need to move on with this country so that we can develop. The country was going in the wrong direction, but now because we've changed the government, we believe things are going to be better and the nation of Malawi will be developed. Don't you think Malawi will develop? I believe that the time has come for Malawi to develop. Nobody can stop the development. Nobody can stop the movement. So Professor Muntharika, he was speaking at Sanjika about what is happening in the government, whereby people are so obsessed with the endless meetings, and this thing Professor Muntharika wants to see it be stopped so that people can embrace the thing of having virtual meetings and even have the phone call meetings. And he said that as assuring Malawians that he's not going to spy people whenever making conversations on the phone. Now Malawians are free because there is a new government that is not going to be spying people. Everybody else in this nation is free to do everything on the phone. You can have meetings on the phone, conferences on the phone. You can do virtual meetings. That's why we're saying we need to develop, and the development comes with technology. And if if we embrace technology by having virtual meetings, we're going to develop instead of doing the old way of doing things which has never even seen this country developing. So I would like you to watch this video which Professor Peter Muntharika was speaking more about the issues that are having this nation. I believe you're going to enjoy watching this video. Remember to subscribe my channel, like my video, and do not forget to click the button. Watch this video up to the end. Thank you.
That one I didn't have large staff, but when I became Minister of Justice, and the large staff had bureaucrats. We would have a meeting today, and 2 days later, come again to discuss what we discussed at the last meeting, and then come back the third day to discuss what we discussed at the last meeting that we just had. It went on and on and on. Now, Malawians were a nation of meetings, endless meetings, fiscal meetings most of the time, and so forth. Nobody wants to talk on the phone to discuss things so as to save time. No, I have to sit in person because this is so serious, so confidential that I can talk on the phone. I say, why not on the phone? Oh, because there's somebody listening. Who is listening to you? They don't tell me. One of my friends, presidents, was telling me that he spends 99% of his time running the government on the phone and not with physical meetings and so forth to save time. So I want your civil servants to cut short the meetings and if possible, to have virtual meetings so you don't travel around town and waste fuel and so forth, and you can have virtual conference. I can assure you that my government will not be listening to anybody. We are telephone conversations. I decided to free this country. This is now a free country, and I'll not be spying on you. Make sure. Now, there have been a number of comments on the appointments that I made. A lot of very comments. Some of them I think are ridiculous. For example, accuse me that of the first batch of appointments, which are 9, including the first vice president, that there is no woman in that group. And did they know that in fact I have the first vice president who is a woman in that group? And so now, in this class of ministers and civil servants, I'll be appointing maybe just in how many, about 200 maybe. There'll be a lot of people to be appointed. Over 200. A lot of people to be appointed. I've only appointed 9 and already started complaining that there is no. There are some people who are so anxious to criticize APM, they can't wait. They can't wait for APM to do something what they call wrong. So that they can criticize me. But no, we'll have a government that diversified, that embraces all segments. And as I've said, that in the first 10 group that we have a female vice president. In fact, the Muntharika brothers are the only people who actually had female vice president. So don't accuse me of being insensitive to gender equality. You are accusing the wrong person. Now, as we're talking about equality, gender equality, I think it's very, very important in this country that women must participate fully in running this country. So first, I want to call on the business community to to also make sure that in your administrations, in the high levels of policy and management, you also have women holding serious positions. Now, I must say I'm pleased to say when I read the papers that in the banking sector, there are a lot of women holding very senior positions. I'm only one who.
Thank you for watching this video. That's what we wanted to bring to you, to hear what Professor Peter Muntharika was speaking about this nation, whereby he's saying that the nation is a nation of endless meetings. I believe you have appreciated whatever the concerns of Professor Muntharika are, and maybe we're going to change, because now we have heard that the head of state is not happy with having endless meetings in this country. We need to develop our nation, not because of having meetings, but because we are doing work which is very important work for us to develop, other than just having endless meetings. So thank you for watching this video. I'll come back with another video. Until then, please continue to watch more of my videos and enjoy, or whatever you're going to be doing watching my videos. Have a very good day. My name is Henrik on Hannes TV. Bye bye.